Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yasodanandana Prajajana Ranjana. Yasodanandana Prajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Thira Banachari. Jamuna Thira Banachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yasodanandana Prajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Thira Banachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jayom Vishnupad Paramhangsa Paribrajacacharya Asthotarasata Sri Srimad A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayom Vishnupad Paramhangsa Paribrajacacharya Asthotarasata Sri Srimad Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananti Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Sham Kund Radha Kund Gidi Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Sri Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Sri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Dwarka Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mai ki jai, Yamuna Mai ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai, Tulasi Devi ki jai, Samaveda Bhakta Brinda ki jai, Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga.
Where's 30? This one.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Parasparanukathanam Bhavanam Bhagavad Yasha Mitoratir mitastushtir Nivritir mita atmanaha Parasparanukathanam Bhavanam Bhagavad Yasha Mitoratir mitastushtir Nibritir mita atmanaha Parasparanukathanam Bhavanam Bhagavad Yasha Mitoratir mitastushtir Nivritir mita atmanaha Paraspara, mutual. Anukatanam, discussion. Pavanam, purifying. Bhagavat, of the Supreme Lord. Yashaha, glories. Mitta, mutual. Rati, loving attraction. Mitta, mutual. Tushti, satisfaction. Nivriti, cessation of material miseries. mitta, mutual, atmana, of the soul. One should learn how to associate with the devotees of the Lord by gathering with them to chant the glories of the Lord. This process is most purifying. As devotees thus develop their loving friendship, they feel mutual happiness and satisfaction. And by thus encouraging one another, they are able to give up material sense gratification, which is the cause of all suffering. Purport. According to Srila Sridhar Swami, those who are advanced in Krishna consciousness should not envy one another or quarrel among themselves. Giving up such mundane feelings, they should gather together and chant the glories of the Supreme Lord for mutual purification. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has pointed out that glorification of the Supreme Lord is especially potent when performed in the association of pure devotees. When devotees engage in Sankirtan, chanting the glories of the Lord together, they experience the highest transcendental bliss and satisfaction. Thus, they encourage one another to give up material sense gratification, which is based on illicit sexual connections with women. One devotee will say to another, "Oh, you have given up sense gratification. Starting today, I shall also give it up." One should learn to increase one's love for the devotees, to satisfy them, and to give up sense objects unfavorable to serving Krishna. And one should learn to view the entire universe as paraphernalia for the Lord's service. By engaging the objects of the senses in Krishna's service, one automatically becomes detached from them. And as one passes one's days in the association of the Lord's devotees, one's transcendental ecstasy increases more and more through discussions about the topics of Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, one who wants to be free from the harassment of Maya in the form of sense gratification must constantly associate with pure devotees of the Lord who have no engagement other than chanting and hearing the glories of the Lord and carrying out his mission on earth. Srila Madhvacharya has pointed out that just as one should cultivate friendship with devotees, one must cultivate a spirit of friendship toward the demigods who manage the universe on the Lord's behalf. Thus, one should live peacefully within this world. Om Agyantimidandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Bilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Bandeham Sri Guru Sri Jutha Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahakanda Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahakana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Brindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vansha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashtatpateshatharine. I have been assigned to speak from this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 3, Text 30. One should learn how to associate with the devotees of the Lord by gathering with them to chant the glories of the Lord. This process is most purifying. As devotees thus develop their loving friendship, they feel mutual happiness and satisfaction. And by thus encouraging one another, they are able to give up material sense gratification, which is the cause of all suffering. Hare Krishna. I am very grateful, honored, and happy to be with all of you today. My special gratitude to His Holiness Indrajumana Swami Maharaj and his very devoted and empowered team of devotees who have organized Sadhu Sanga retreat for 2025 here in Orlando, Florida. And my sincere gratitude to all of you, pilgrims who have come from all over the world to hear and chant the glories of the Lord in the association of devotees. I think you are all creating a culture shock here in Orlando. People come from all over the world, I believe, for, is it Disney World? And Universal World or whatever. And there are so many very famous, wonderful fairy tales that people come to participate in. But during this weekend, perhaps for the first time in history, thousands and thousands of pilgrims have come to Orlando for a spiritual retreat. Not just to try to live in fairy tales, but to actually enter into the eternal pastimes of the Lord, which is the absolute truth. Tatra tishnami narada yatra gayanti madbhakta. Krishna tells that wherever my devotees gather together to hear and chant my names and glories, I am present in that place. And wherever Krishna is, that is a holy place of pilgrimage. By Srila Prabhupada's mercy, we can see how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement is unfolding. When he arrived in New York City in 1965, coming off that lonely cargo ship, Srila Prabhupada described he was looking to the left and right as he was coming down the ramp. He really didn't know if anyone would be waiting for him. But he had his books, the Srimad Bhagavatam. He was carrying the holy name of the Lord in his heart. And he was aspiring to fulfill the instruction of his spiritual master, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, in bringing the names of Krishna and the message of Lord Chaitanya to all towns and villages in the world. Later on, Srila Prabhupada described when he was in New York, he was like a homeless vagabond. These were his own words. Generally, when people are homeless, when they have no material facilities, they beg for money, they beg for food, they beg for their own survival. But Srila Prabhupada, he came to beg us, beg from us to receive what he had. He was begging affluent people from the wealthiest country in the world, the United States of America, to accept what he was entrusted. Eternal loving devotional service to Krishna and the means to achieve it by hearing the glories of the Lord and chanting the holy names of the Lord. On his prayers of the Jaladuta, Srila Prabhupada concludes by begging Krishna, "You have taken me to this place where there's so much passion and ignorance. Please give me the power to speak your words, Krishna. And please give these people the power to understand your words so that they can be happy. Let me be your puppet and make me dance as you wish for me to dance." And Srila Prabhupada signs, "Your insignificant beggar, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami." Srila Prabhupada is begging Krishna to empower him to beg all of us and all people of the world to receive Krishna's mercy. How wonderful. In this great capital of sense gratification, thousands and thousands of wonderful devotees have gathered to help one another to give up sense gratification. Param dristva nivartate. By experiencing a higher taste. On the path of bhakti, practitioners do not aspire simply to give up sense gratification. The only reason we want to do such a thing is so that we can engage our entire mind, senses, and life in serving Krishna for Krishna's pleasure. Samsiddhir haritoshanam. Whatever our occupation, whatever our role in society, whether it's the worldly society or even the society of devotees, our only success is that we please Krishna. We come together to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. We study Srila Prabhupada's glorious books on a regular basis and share with one another this most essential message, that our only true success in life, in whatever we do, whatever we say, is how we please Krishna. And for all of us within our movement, pleasing Krishna is to please His divine grace, Srila Prabhupada. how pleased Srila Prabhupada is with Indradyumna Swami Maharaj and all of his devotees for bringing us together. All these things are blocking the clock from me. I need all the help I can get to be punctual. The glories of the chanting of Krishna's names, and especially this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, are revealed in Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's eternal pastimes. I would like to share a few. I believe yesterday was the day we celebrate Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, the author of Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat. Srila Prabhupada in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita refers to Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat again and again. In fact, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami glorifies Vrindavan Das Thakur with so much love and gratitude. The very basis of his literature is that he's humbling himself before the other Vaishnavas. In order to properly understand Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, which presents the postgraduate study of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is essential that we understand to whatever capacity we can how Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is presenting it. At the end of every chapter, he's falling at the feet and taking the dust of Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. He's glorifying Vrindavan Das Thakur as the true author of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life and teachings. And whatever he hasn't described, Kaviraj Goswami says, I'm presenting that. In fact, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying that he's offering his obeisances and taking dust from the feet of each and every person who is reading the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. He's worshiping those who are learning from him. Sometimes Srila Prabhupada, he would be expressing such gratitude to his devotees and say, you are all representatives of my Guru Maharaj. We will make progress as we see life and the world through the eyes of the Acharyas. If only we could learn to see each other the way Srila Prabhupada saw us. Krishna will be pleased. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born in Sri Navadvip Dham. And from the very beginning of his pastimes, when he was an infant child, hardly days in this world, he would cry And the only thing that would pacify his crying is when the ladies of the house would gather around his bed and chant the names of Lord Hari. And then he would smile. They didn't know he was Krishna, but they loved him just as a pure devotee loves Krishna. To see him cry was the greatest pain. To observe him smiling was the ultimate pleasure of the soul. Srila Prabhupada describes soon people would be constantly around his bed chanting, and he would be smiling upon them, glancing upon them. Then he became very naughty child, exactly the way Krishna was naughty child in Vrindavan. Then he became the greatest of all scholars, Nimai Pandit. To such an extent, when he was just a teenager, he defeated the Digvijay Pandit, Keshav Kashmiri, in debate. Keshav Kashmiri was the greatest scholar in the world. No one could even stand before him in a philosophical debate. He was especially empowered by the goddess Saraswati. Nimai not only defeated him, but did it in such a way that protected the pride of Keshav Kashmiri. And ultimately, the Pandit surrendered to Nimai. Meanwhile, devotees were praying with all their hearts. We love this Nimai. They didn't know why they loved him with the same ecstatic love they love for Krishna. But yet he was always wrangling in philosophical, grammatical debates. They couldn't be with him, and they couldn't be without him. They prayed to Krishna, please make Nimai a devotee, then everyone will be a devotee. Meanwhile, Nimai went to East Bengal as a teacher. On the bank of the Padmavati River, he was teaching so many students. Thousands and thousands of students were coming to learn from him. What generally requires at least 12 years to learn in Sanskrit scholarship, his students were learning in hardly 2 months. Just when he was about to leave, a wonderful event took place. There was a devotee. His name was Tapan Mishra. He was a Brahmin. He was a Brahmin who knew the scriptures with great scholarship. He was associating with so many pundits and sages. But he was saragrahi. He was a seeker of the essence. He was yearning to know what is the true goal of life and how to achieve it. He wandered to so many people and read so many books, but was not satisfied. And because of this, even though he was an embodiment of piety and goodness, he was feeling no peace of mind. Late one night, he had a dream. In this dream, a personality who resembled a demigod appeared to him. He said, if you want to know what is the sadhya, the goal of life, and what is the sadhana, the means to achieve the goal of life, you should go to Nimai Pandit. He is not an ordinary person. He is the one supreme Nara Narayan. He has descended into this world to perform pastimes like an ordinary person. He has come to deliver everyone. Go to him, but do not disclose what I have told you. Tapan Mishra woke up, and remembering his dream, he began to cry. He went to the Padmavati River, where Nimai Pandit was on his last day and about to return to Navadvip. He was surrounded by so many of his students. Everyone was giving gifts to him. And the great Tapan Mishra performed his Dandavat Pranams at the feet of Nimai. Nimai was just a teenager. Tapan Mishra was a great elderly scholar. With folded palms, he prayed, I am most wretched. I am most fallen. Although people consider me a scholar, I am ignorant. What is the use of all of these things if I do not understand the purpose of life? Please instruct me. What is the sadhya? What is the true goal of all the scriptures? And what is the sadhana? What is the way to achieve it? Nimai smiled. He said, you are most fortunate because you wish to worship Krishna. But please know, worshiping of Krishna is not so easy. One must learn with authority how to do so. In every age, the Supreme Lord descends to teach the recommended process of dharma or religion. In the 4 yugas, in Satya Yuga, the Lord comes in a white complexion and teaches meditation. In the Treta Yuga, comes in a red complexion to teach the performance of sacrifice, yajna. In the Dwapara Yuga, to teach service to his lotus feet, archana, in a blackish complexion. And in the Kali-yuga, the Lord descends to teach the Yuga Dharma, the means by which one can achieve love for Krishna through the chanting of the holy names. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chaduskritam dharma samstapanardaya sambhavami yuge yuge. The essence of all spiritual instructions is the chanting of the holy names of the Lord in this age of Kali. All the goals of all other spiritual processes in all ages is easily given to one who sincerely and strives to offenselessly chant the holy names.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
And then Lord Chaitanya told Tapan Mishra, now you go home and you chant the holy names without duplicity. And then Mahaprabhu cited this verse. Harinama Harinam Harinam eva kevalam kalo nasteva 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 gatir anyata. In this age of Kali, there is no other way to achieve love for the Lord than the chanting of the holy names. And then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught him how to chant. You chant this Maha Mantra. And this is one of the first times the Maha Mantra has been spoken by Lord Chaitanya in our scriptures. You constantly chant this 16-word, 32-syllable mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. By chanting this mantra without duplicity, the seed of love of God will awaken and sprout from within your heart. Tapan Mishra accepted this instruction as his life and soul. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, the sadhya, the supreme goal of life, is unconditional, unmotivated love for Krishna. And the sadhana, the means to achieve it, is the congregational chanting of the holy names. Tapan Mishra begged, let me come with you to Mayapur. Let me live with you and be among your loving associates. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him a very mysterious instruction. He said, you should go to Varanasi, and I will meet you there later. At this time, Lord Chaitanya had not yet begun the Sankirtan movement in Navadvip. After he returned to Navadvip, he remained for some time and then went to Gaya, got initiated, and then came back to establish the Sankirtan movement. So Tapan Mishra was one of the first people that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu so openly explained everything to. Lord Chaitanya told him to go home and bring his family to live in Varanasi, which was the most difficult place for Krishna consciousness, because it was the capital of impersonalism. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had a mission. It's interesting. Srila Prabhupada left Vrindavan, which is non-different than Mayapur. And went to New York City, which is like the capital of materialism at the time. Because he knew what would please the Lord. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, when he was living in Mayapur, he was warned, do not go to Calcutta. It is the capital of Maya. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur decided, that's why I'm going. And that's why Srila Prabhupada came here. Years later, Lord Chaitanya did go to Varanasi. After he established Sankirtan movement, after he took sannyas to spread the holy names of the Lord all over, throughout the land. He went on a South Indian tour. Tapan Mishra was waiting for years and years. And then Lord Chaitanya went to Vrindavan and stayed 2 months. And on his way returning to Jagannath Puri, he stopped in Varanasi and he spent 2 months there. He lived at the house of Chandrasekhar, and he would take prasad every day at the house of Tapan Mishra. At that time, Tapan Mishra had a small boy, a child, whose name was Raghunath Bhatta. And this little boy would love to serve Lord Chaitanya. He would clean his plates. He would clean the place where he would eat. He would wash things for Lord Chaitanya, massage his feet, massage his legs. The most simple menial services. And in doing so, he developed such deep love for Lord Chaitanya. When he grew up to be a young man, he left Varanasi. Actually, when Lord Chaitanya was in Varanasi at that time, he instructed Sanatana Goswami for 2 months. He delivered Prakashananda Saraswati and all the Mayavadis. In fact, he established Harinam Sankirtan throughout the city. And Tapan Mishra and his son, Raghunath Bhatta, they were witness to this. When Raghunath Bhatta went to Jagannath Puri, he served the Lord with so much love and devotion. He would cook for him. And it is described, everything he cooked tasted like nectar. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu loved to eat Raghunath Bhatta's food. After 8 months, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said, your parents are my dear devotees. Your mother and father have given their hearts and lives to me. They are getting old. You should go back to Varanasi and take care of your parents. And while you are there, learn Srimad Bhagavatam from a pure and great devotee of the Lord. And chant the holy names. Then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, out of affection, he took off his own neck beads, Kanti Mala, and wrapped them around the neck of Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. Following the Lord's instruction, he went back to Varanasi. And with great love and devotion, he studied Srimad Bhagavatam and took care of his parents for 4 years. When his mother and father passed away from this world and returned to go back home, back to Godhead, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami returned to Jagannath Puri. And there for 8 months, he served Lord Chaitanya by doing menial services, by serving all the Vaishnavas, by cooking. And after this 8 months, Lord Chaitanya instructed him, go to Vrindavan and put yourself under the care of Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Sanatana Goswami. In Vrindavan, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami became so very dear to the Brijbasis and the Goswamis there. He would cook the most delicious prasad. Srila Prabhupada emphasizes whatever he cooked because of his love and devotion was amrita. It was nectar. And he would sing the Srimad Bhagavatam. His voice was so sweet, it was like a cuckoo. And he would sing each verse in 4 or 5 different melodies. Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami would, and all the devotees would feel such great happiness hearing him reciting Srimad Bhagavatam. And when he would describe in his meditation the beauty and sweetness of Krishna, he would be overwhelmed with ecstatic symptoms. He was such a great scholar, he had many disciples. And Srila Prabhupada describes that he had his disciples build the Govindaji temple for Srila Rupa Goswami's deities of Radha Govinda. He put himself in the care and the service of Rupa Goswami especially. Raghunath Bhatta Goswami is not known to have a special temple in Vrindavan. He was the servant of Rupa Goswami. And even though some of his disciples were the most powerful people in the country, he engaged all of them in serving Sri Rupa Goswami by building the temple, by getting all permissions for the temple. And he personally worshipped and cooked for Radha Govinda Dev. And Kaviraj Goswami says he especially gave him, or offered to Govindaji, a beautiful flute and earrings shaped like sharks. And then it describes how Raghunath Das Goswami was always chanting the holy names of the Lord, and always immersed in the teachings and the recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam. And what was the symptom of his absorption? Srila Prabhupada emphasizes he would never find fault in devotees. He was simply interested in the sincerity of what a devotee has done. And if someone would speak faults of devotees, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami would say, just that he's serving Krishna or she is serving Krishna is good enough. I'm not concerned with faults. And Srila Prabhupada says sometimes in preaching we must find faults, but Raghunath Bhatta Goswami did not do that. But the message is how careful we should be. Envy. In this purport today we are reading, envy is so strong in this world. And Srila Prabhupada describes sometimes as a definition of a Vaishnava, one who is free from envy. If we have to find fault, it should be actually somewhat painful to do. Our pleasure should be in glorifying Krishna, in glorifying the devotees. And when devotees come together in this spirit for Nam Sankirtan, Shri Radha Govinda descends upon us. Srila Prabhupada describes Krishna came in many avatars to deliver the pious and annihilate the miscreants. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is most munificent, most merciful. Radha Bhava Duti Subalitam Nomi Krishna Swarupam. He comes with the Mahabhav, with the ecstatic love of Srimati Radharani, with her supreme motherly compassion. We never hear of Radharani killing anyone. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is simply giving mercy. Dina hina yata chilo harina mutharilo tara sakshi jagai madai. He gave the highest perfection, the sadhya of ecstatic love for Krishna, through the sadhana of chanting the holy names to Jagai and Madai. This is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's supreme mercy. This is what Srila Prabhupada has brought to the world. The birthplace of Lord Chaitanya is Mayapur Dham. The birthplace of the Sankirtan movement is Sri Mayapur Navadvip Dham. Srila Prabhupada wanted us to spread the holy names and the message of Lord Chaitanya to the whole world. And how much he was grateful for devotees who were risking everything to do so. And one of his great dreams in fulfillment of the dreams of the great acharyas was to bring the world to understand the glories of Lord Chaitanya through the glorification of Sri Mayapur Dham. And for this reason, Srila Prabhupada gave such prominence and emphasis on building the Temple of Vedic Planetarium, the TOVP. Devotees from all over the world, in their love and gratitude to Srila Prabhupada, are being given opportunity to assist in this way. And Sunandan Prabhu and Braj-Vilas Prabhu and Rameshwar Prabhu and all of these devotees are here with a wonderful table outside. They're also like beggars. They're going everywhere just begging. On behalf of Srila Prabhupada, they're begging us to receive Prabhupada's mercy and Lord Chaitanya's mercy by helping in every way we can. And through this wonderful path of Krishna consciousness, through this wonderful movement of ISKCON, which Srila Prabhupada proclaimed to be his own body, his own life's mission, we can help to develop local and worldwide community where our relationships are based on the real solutions to the real problems of life. Not to be entangled with all these mundane debates that are everywhere. We come together to love one another and to serve one another in the glorification of Sankirtan, the chanting of the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first established Sankirtan to the people in general in Navadvip, he gave this Hare Krishna mantra. And he said, you hear this Maha Mantra and chant and be happy. When Srila Prabhupada said, chant and be happy, he's directly quoting Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So please, let us chant and be happy. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Actually, what that means, chant and be happy, is we should chant and help each other be happy. Because then Krishna's happy, and then we become happy. And Satchidananda Maharaj will be very happy.